What's going on, guys? Crypto Mark bringing you another DeFi update. If you guys didn't know, on this channel I show you guys how I make passive income with cryptocurrency. All right, so let's jump in. Let's start with Bankroll flow. Bankroll flow is definitely pulling back here. The TRX to Banker X price, you can see, is at 31.3 today. There's other opportunities going on. I'm not going to name them, but there are a few other opportunities people are looking to jump into. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on, and people are selling their rewards instead of rolling. All right, but this is definitely still an opportunity to get back in. All right, let's take a look at some of the stats on here. Still at 28,650 players in here. Total Banker X valued at 23 million. So there's still a ton in here. All right, guys. So there will be pullbacks. This thing has been going parabolic pretty much since it's been going, since it came out. So just keep that in mind. I will be doing an airdrop for everyone on my team tomorrow. So yeah, I'll do an airdrop tomorrow, which is Sunday. I'm just gonna let all this accumulate today and tomorrow, and I'll just drop all that on you guys. All right. So this is still looking good, man. Currently I'm making $57 a day because that's 1% of 5,712. So still pretty good. Yeah, definitely. And I've been rolling kind of along the way, taking profits, rolling, taking profits, right? Definitely want to eat along the way, man. I probably said that in every Banker X video. All right. So yeah, we'll talk more about that one tomorrow. All right. Stockpile still looking good. Definitely, man, on this channel, like, it's important to have, or at least on this channel, I try to show you guys how to have multiple streams of income, not just put all your eggs in one basket. Yes, Bankroll flow is great, right? But we always want to have other things we can pull from, because it does get a little boring just going to one platform every day, right? It's like, damn, all right, let me wait for this. And then what? Just click that button, then what? Right? So for me, it's exciting to go to this one, that one, this one, that one, that one, that one, right? Have multiple. So I have stockpile. Sometimes I forget about stockpile, but sometimes, you know, it's cool. You know, $5, $10 in here, $15 after a few days, and I can pull that. So stockpile's looking good. Thinking about going into Stronghold, which is also on the Bankroll, within the Bankroll ecosystem. So you can see this one here. All these dApps work differently, so just do your own research, check them out. Stronghold, Stockpile, they've been around for a little bit. So that's it on Bankroll. Let's jump into Wise, man. All right, so here's Wise staking. Let's refresh this page. Right here it shows global Wise staked. It shows 220 million Wise staked total. So that's pretty good. That's a lot of Wise that's being staked. You can see here my stakes here. I got 5,000 Wise staked out for 365 days. And I did mine on day one, like the absolute first day you can stake. Trying to lock in these Genesis shares. After 14 days, you can see we're 9 days into these stakes, but after 14 days, this global share price at the top, this will increase, which means you'll get less Wise in interest for your shares. So when you do stakes, you'll get less, even if you did the same amount as me. Okay. So for the first 14 days, so you guys have like 5 more days to lock in some stakes and still get these Genesis share prices. So keep that in mind, man. But I got 6,500 staked, and I think I have like 900. Wow, that's $757. That's pretty good. We'll look at the price next. But I have 900 liquid. It's also important to have a little bit liquid. Don't stake all of it, because when these crazy gains come, you want to be able to take some profits on that as well. So let's take a look at the price, man, here on Dex Tools. All right, so ETH Wise looking good, man. You can see here it's 83 cents. It got all the way up to pretty much $1. It got rejected at $1, or I wouldn't say rejected, but you know what I mean. This was a healthy correction. Definitely needed. I'm looking at an hourly chart. If we look at a larger time frame, like a daily, look at this chart. Look at the chart, man. It's been going up every single day since it started. All right. So if we look at this in percentage, I'm not even looking at the absolute bottom, but we're almost like 400% who's not going to take profit, right? So if you're really early, an early adopter into Wise, you're definitely selling right now. Okay, so just keep that in mind, guys. People have to take profit. All right, I took my profit originally when it got listed. I think the price hit like 25 cents, and I sold for like 2.5 ETH or 2.1 ETH, somewhere around there. Got my initial investment back, and then I staked the rest of it. And now the rest of it is worth, I mean, if we do the math on 6,500 plus 900, it's like 7,400 Wise. 7,400 Wise is looking pretty nice, man. Let me do a quick calculation on that. Obviously, not all of it's liquid, right? But at this 83 cent, $6,100, and I've already broke even as soon as the project launched. So Wise is looking really nice, man. I've seen some crazy price predictions. I'm not going to go into all that, but they're saying this thing can potentially 100x. A lot of speculation on that. So just take everything I say with a grain of salt, man. All right. But if you haven't checked out Wise, man, might want to scoop some up on this dip, because I can't guarantee that it's going to pull back super hard from here. We're definitely in this like price discovery phase. So this thing could go to $2 or $3 and then consolidate and stay around there for a little bit, right? For a few months. Who knows? Okay. So that's pretty much it on Wise, man. Let's jump into T2X real quick. So T2X, haven't talked about this one in a while. This is a kind of like an OG now, man. If we look at the auction, you can see this thing has been going for 182 days. There's only 37,000 Tron in the auction today, so nothing crazy on this one. But they are supposed to be launching this ROYX platform within the ecosystem, which is gonna hopefully, bring in more traffic, more eyes back to T2X, and hopefully pump this auction back up. So it's not available yet, but they do have pretty much a screenshot of how it's going to look. I'm not going to go into all the details. You guys can check this out, but once it launches officially, I'll do a review on this one. So just keep your eyes out on this T2X ROYX DApp. Okay. Let's look at some HEX stuff, man. I haven't talked about HEX in a little bit, but HEX is still going really well, man. I got a lot of HEX stakes here. My plan really is to lock in shares. The most important piece, if you guys are new to HEX, trying to understand HEX, look at the share price. The share price is pretty much this chart right here. The higher the share price is, the less shares you get when you stake. Okay, so you see this thing called T-shares? This is T-shares, all right? So you can see how much I have total, 127 T-shares, or it's actually 127 trillion if you look at it in shares. But you have to, the share price, as it goes up, it just means if you were to do a stake at these high share prices, you're going to get a lower T-share price, ultimately getting less interest on your stakes. Okay, so the people who locked in a stake back here, they're getting a ton more interest on their stakes than people who are locking it in up here. So share price is super important, and that's why they put this chart right here. Okay, so I would say HEX is looking good, man. Here's the HEX USDC price on the Uniswap V2 pool. And yeah, we're looking at still over 1 cent, man. So it's looking healthy. It's looking really healthy, man. I thought about maybe DCA and back into HEX, but to be honest, haven't bought HEX in a long time. Don't really want to mess with my average, even though I think technically this is still really, really low price for HEX. I kind of get the feeling that HEX is kind of like Bitcoin or Ethereum at the beginning. I kind of get those vibes. I don't get those vibes with a lot of platforms, but I definitely get that with HEX. A little bit with Wise, man, I'm not gonna lie, but for sure on HEX. So I'm thinking this can go extremely high. I don't want to get into crazy price predictions, but yeah, probably $1. And I know that seems extreme right now, but when Bitcoin was a penny or 10 cents, 40,000 also seemed pretty $100 probably seemed pretty far-fetched at the time. So I'm definitely going to be holding on to my HEX. Just looking at what I'm most likely going to do is when my stakes end, most of my stakes are, I did like 1 year stakes and stuff like that. I think minimum like 1 year. So when they do end in a year, I think mine end late this year, I will take the interest, right? Sell the interest. Hopefully the price is higher, right? So I'm definitely speculating a little bit on HEX, but I'll take my interest, sell my interest, restake the principal. That's what I will be doing. I got into HEX extremely early, so I feel like I can do that. If the price is crazy high, $1, $2, might want to sell some of this million, right? But definitely don't want to get rid of all of it because of what I just mentioned. Like it feels like Bitcoin and ETH at the beginning, but do your own research, man. Do your own research. I follow Richard Hart and all the Hexicans, and I'm definitely a believer in HEX. Okay, I don't talk about HEX a ton, but it's definitely a sleeping giant for sure. All right, but that's pretty much it, man. Just wanted to do a quick DeFi update. All the main things I'm looking at right now, keeping my eye on. There's a few new things I'm dabbling in. I'll probably do an update on those in a few days. Want to make sure they're looking good before I bring it out to everybody. But that's it, man. If you guys like the video, don't forget to comment, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.